A very good morning, class. Now we are going to start with the topic soil resource of chapter number first, resources and development. Soil resource. Soil, you can say it is a renewable natural resource. How? Soil renews itself. Okay, so it renews itself. How? For example, you can say when flood occurs, when flood comes, the water body stretches itself, means the water it stretches. You can see in a flood, it is not that flowing in one direction, so the water it stretches itself. Okay, so the water body stretches itself and the water reaches the land mass, they bring sediments, and these sediments they get deposit in the soil. Okay, and the soil gets renewed. You can see that the water it reaches the land mass, means the water it reaches the land also, and when it reaches the land, this water which is flowing, so it brings sediments with it. Okay, so it brings sediment with it, and that sediments they get deposited on the land as well as on the soil also. When there is all volcanic eruptions, okay, when there are volcanic eruptions, lava comes out, it floats on the earth surface. The lava it floats on the earth surface, means the lava it comes on the earth surface, on the top of the earth, and when it cools down it becomes a type of soil. When the lava, when it cools down, it forms a soil, it takes a part of, it becomes a soil, or it is a part of a soil only. So like this, soil is a renewable resource. So like this you can say soil is a renewable source. So soil support plant growth and organism. See, soil it is supporting plant growth also and organisms, some living organisms, they are also supported by soil. Variety of vegetation is grown over land. Most probably 80% of vegetation is grown on land. So you can say 80% of vegetation is done on land. Organisms like human beings survive because land has supporting, land is supporting them by giving the base form. So land is providing them with the base form. If we classify land, then soil, on both system, flora and fauna, life system is supported. See, on the soil also you can say both flora and fauna. Flora means relating to flowers, fauna relating to animals. So both are supportive, they both are getting support from this soil or land, both are supported. For example, according to the soil of every place there is different vegetation and different organisms, means where we are finding some other type of soil, and where in some area we are having some other type of soil. So according to the soil, vegetation and organisms also differ. Okay, they also get differ. Like in desert area, characteristic of soil is arid soil. So in arid soil the vegetation will not be evergreen. You have seen, maybe you have seen also that in evergreen area there is no greenery. Okay, we cannot find the evergreen trees because there is scarcity of rain. So because of this climatic condition or the soil quality factor, the vegetation or organism also depend on the they also depend. Okay, means they depend on the soil, what type of soil is found there. The life form found there will be different from one in the evergreen forest. If the soil change, the vegetation and life of organisms it will also change. Then we are having some layers. Okay, some layers of soil. First one is topsoil, then subsoil, or you can say weathered rocks, where sand, silt, means where the sediments they get deposited. Then substratum, weathered parent rock material, and unweathered bedrock. Okay, unweathered parent bedrock. Now you can say, see, topsoil is the topmost layer, then subsoil, weathered rocks are where these sediments they get deposited, then substratum, weathered parent rock. This is the part which was millions of years ago it was eroded, or we can say it was being formed with the phenomena of weather, means here it changes with the weather conditions. Okay, this is affected by the weather conditions. If there are climatic changes like heat, temperature is decreasing and excessive rainfall, because of this reason the soil which is formed is substratum, unweathered parent rock material. So the soil which is formed due to the climatic conditions or with the change in the weather, so that is known as substratum, weathered parent rock material. And last is unweathered parent bedrock. Unweathered parent bedrock, they are found in the last layer. They are not because of the weather phenomena. Here it does not change with weather phenomena. They don't have any impact of weather, means they are not affected by weather. They form the base part. They form the base, means it gives the base to the soil. Then topsoil is the topmost layer of the soil which contains humus, which is being responsible mainly for the growth of vegetation. This means it helps in the growth of vegetation. The components required for the growth of vegetation are found in topsoil. After that, there is subsoil, is the base of raw cemented material, that is rock, silt, sand and clay. Okay, so it is a cemented material where you can find rock, sand, silt and clay. Then classification of soil means different types of soils. First is alluvial soil, the most fertile soil. This is known as the most fertile soil. It covers a major proportion, means a large area where intensive agriculture is performed, where you can say most of the agriculture is performed on this alluvial soil. The northern belt of India has alluvial soil. In the north part we can say we are having alluvial soil, where in alluvial soil in good quantity food crops are produced here. So in the north part we are having alluvial soil in good quantity, and here the food crops are produced. Formation, how this alluvial soil is formed. Role of Himalayan rivers, it is formed means the role Himalayan regions, they perform a good role in the formation of this soil. The rivers that originate from Himalayas, they come to ground. Okay, when they flow, the water comes to the ground. They bring sand and silt with it from Himalayas. So the water, when it flows, so it brings sand and silt with it. When they hit the rock, they perform the erosional feature, they break down the rock. Okay, when the water it hits the rock, then there is erosional function performed. Okay, so the rocks, they are broken up itself. In that course, when the rocks come along the oceans, they convert into small particles till they reach the oceans. Till the rocks, they will reach the oceans, they are divided, okay, or they are converted into small particles and become alluvial soil. It gets deposited in northern plains. Then role of deltas. Delta, when a river originates and it flows and merge in the sea. Before merging in the sea, there are plain areas. The flow of the river is slow in the plain areas, and because of this slow flow, the river divide into different branches, and the landmass between these branches, there the alluvial soil gets deposited in the coastline. See, when the river it originates, okay, so there are plain areas also before it is getting merged into the sea or into the big ocean. So before that there are plain areas. So on the plain areas, the flow of the water, one, it is coming through slides. Okay, the speed will be more, na? So on the plain areas, their speed is slow. When the speed is slow, so because of that, what happens, the water it flows slowly. When it flows slowly, so it is divided into different branches. So it is called delta also, and because of this, the alluvial gets deposited in some parts of land also, on that plain areas also. Then location is northern plains and eastern coastal area. There are no rivers on western coastal area. Okay, the rivers are small and don't take sand, silt along with it. So that's why they are not presented, or they are not located on the western coastal areas. Then dwars, chows and terrain in Piedmont plains. Piedmont plains, the foothills of the mountains. Piedmont plains are called the foothills. Like we are having mountain, so at the foothills, here you can see at the foothills of the mountains, we are having Piedmont plains. The rocks come down in the foothills of the mountains. Why it is called Piedmont plains? The rocks which are coming with water, which are flowing with water, they come down at the foothills. The small particle, clay particle, slopes down and gets deposited there, and there will be fertility in good quantity. Okay, so that's why it is known as Piedmont plains. Then Punjab area, in Punjab area, chows are there. Okay, then in UP, Tarai and in Assam, dwars are there. Okay, means chows is the river which is divided into 4 branches, and dwars in Assam, the river which is divided into 2 directions. Then Khadar and Bhangar. Khadar and Bhangar, you can say you can classify it on the basis of age also. Okay, like Bhangar, okay, at our home, which is the old material, okay, which is not of use, we are just throwing it, na, so it is known as Bhangar. So on the age basis also you can say what is Khadar and Bhangar. Khadar is new soil and Bhangar is old soil. So now river changes its course. You can say that river, it is not always flowing in the same direction, it changes its direction or its course also. Million of years ago, Ganga river flows in another course. Now it flows from somewhere else. Okay, so now Ganga has changed its direction. Now at present the river flow, the land near the river is new area. Okay, now from which area the river is flowing, the land near that area is known as new river, because there are floods and floods bring sand and silt with them. The sand and silt gets deposited there. Okay, in that new area the sand and silt will deposit. The soil near the river bed always renews itself, and because of this the soil always renews itself. So it is Khadar soil, and away from river bed is Bhangar soil. Now Bhangar, it is old soil, Khadar, it is new soil. Bhangar, it is far from river bed, and Khadar is near river bed, it is found near river bed. Bhangar is not fertile, there are calcareous nodules. Okay, small nodules you can see, like small rounded boulders, and they are not fertile. And in Khadar is fertile because there is clayey material. Then content and crops. Content, you can say what is found: potash, phosphoric acid and lime. Okay, it is rich in these contents. And what types of crops are grown? Prominent crops. Prominent means important crops like sugarcane, paddy is rice, wheat, cereal and pulse crops. These crops are grown in this alluvial soil or in these areas. So next we are having is black soil. Okay, black soil is formed due to the climatic conditions and parent rock. Black soil is also known as rigger soil and cotton soil. It is also known as cotton soil. Why? Because on black soil only it is possible to grow cotton. Means on other soils also we can grow, we have to just form the weather conditions like that which is needed for the cotton crops. So it is called cotton soil because black soil is best for cultivating cotton. So it is known as cotton soil because it is best for cultivating cotton. Black soil needs special climate, that is moderate, and another factor is parent rock. So it needs moderate type of climate, and another factor is that it should be having parent rock. The last two layers of parent rock, there should be basaltic rock and parent rock. In parent rock there should be basaltic rock for the formation of black soil. With that basaltic rock only, basaltic rock takes the formation of black soil. Basaltic rock is the formation of basaltic rock is when volcanic eruptions come. After that the lava is left, and lava is rich in igneous rock, and this rock is also type of soil. So there should be soil by volcanic eruptions. Then Deccan Trap made by basalt. Because of this volcanic eruptions, Deccan Trap is made. Okay, in that trap you can say in Deccan Plateau. Okay, on Deccan Plateau volcanic eruptions, through these volcanic eruptions black soil is made. Then location is plateaus of Maharashtra, Saurashtra, Malwa, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. It has clayey nature, hold water for long. Okay, these type of soil, it holds water for long time. Then content and crop: calcium carbonate, magnesium, potash and lime. It is rich in this content, and the crops are cotton and sugarcane. Then is red and yellow soil. Formation: this soil is formed in crystalline igneous rock, means clear, that are clear igneous rock in areas of low rainfall, where rainfall is low or less. Okay, and igneous rocks, how they are formed? They are formed through the cooling of lava. Then location is southeastern and eastern part of our country. We can find red and yellow soil. It reacts with crystalline igneous rock and metamorphic rock. The iron content which is present in this soil, it mixes or it reacts with crystalline igneous rock and metamorphic rock. It gets red color when it is in dehydrated form. See, they have told na that rainfall is low. Okay, so because of low rainfall, the soil is dehydrated and it changes into red color. Content is igneous rock with iron, and crops we can grow is tea, coffee and rubber. Then laterite soil. Formation is high temperature and heavy rainfall. There are some areas in our country where temperature as well as rainfall is very heavy. Like for example, when there is heavy rainfall and after that sunshine is there, it feels very uneasy. See, when rainy season is there, okay, after rain is stopped, the sunshine, it is feeling na very, means when we are going in sunshine, so we feel very uneasy. It is scorching bright sunshine na, so we feel very uneasy. Think about about the areas where there is humidity and scorching heat and heavy rainfall. So temperature is high and rain is also heavy, so there is laterite soil. Location is Western Ghats and northeastern states. Lacks humus content. In this type of soil there is no humus. Then content is ore of various minerals. We can find many types of minerals, and crops are plantation crops only, means trees like pineapple and cashew nuts trees are grown here. So beta, I hope that this much is clear to you. Our two types of soils are left, and after that we will do soil erosion and soil conservation. We will complete our chapter by tomorrow. Till then, bye bye.